Okay, we'll begin with proclamations/certificates. 13693-25.
A proclamation recognizing and commending Chief Deputy Richard Manning for his outstanding service and courageous leadership, both past and present, sponsored by Councilmember Katina and all other members of council.
I broke the mic already. I'm sorry, we can't afford to get a new mic, so. This is kind of funny, actually, because Chief Deputy Manning has literally been on the job for how many weeks, Chief? How many? About a month, 6 weeks? I mean, what would you say?
4.
Okay, 4 weeks. So I'm just congratulating him literally on his Facebook on being sworn in as Chief Deputy. And I'm just watching the news one night at 11 o'clock, and there's a hostage, or not a hostage, there's a situation where there's someone armed, not willing to come out of the house, and then they did come out, and then they got onto the roof. Make a long story short, I see Chief Deputy Manning literally 2 weeks from the time that he was sworn in, leaning over the ladder. This is now a fire department aerial, and Chief Deputy Manning actually leaning over on the ladder, holding on to the suspect. So because the suspect obviously doesn't want to come, basically, voluntarily, and I don't know what the deal was, how he ended up falling off the ladder, but you were struggling with him, and he was holding on to him for dear life. And I'm thinking, my God, Chief Deputy Manning literally hasn't even been on the job for 2 weeks, and he's already number one, bringing criminals in, and number two, saving the criminals from hurting themselves. So it was a tremendous moment. I thought to myself, if anyone needs a proclamation, it needs to be Chief Deputy Manning for his efforts on that day. It was really, if you didn't see the news that night, I have it on. I have a screenshot of it. I'll show anyone the screenshot that it's interested. So without further ado, I'm going to read the proclamation. Whereas Allegheny County Council is proud to recognize and honor those distinguished officers who devote themselves to public service, demonstrating great courage and diligence in providing for the care and welfare of the citizens of our great county. And whereas on September 12, 2025, Allegheny County Sheriff Kevin Krause had the honor of announcing the promotion of Commander Richard Manning to the distinguished position of Chief Deputy Sheriff of Allegheny County. And whereas Chief Deputy Manning has already distinguished himself in his first week in serving in the role, his leadership and composure were evident during a widely publicized 13-hour roof standoff in the city of Pittsburgh, where Chief Deputy Manning was seen escorting the suspect down the ladder of a firefighter truck and ensured the suspect's safety by preventing him from jumping off the ladder, helping him to bring the situation to a peaceful conclusion. And whereas this act, covered by national media, reflected the dedication, courage, and professionalism that defines Chief Deputy Manning's service to Allegheny County and its residents. And whereas throughout his career, Chief Deputy Manning has also been recognized with numerous commendations, is a graduate of the prestigious FBI National Academy, and has selflessly shared his musical talents to honor fallen enforcement officers locally and nationally. We got to hear him at Amen Corner on Friday again. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Allegheny County Council President Patrick Katina, and all members of council do hereby recognize and commend Chief Deputy Richard Manning for his outstanding service and courageous leadership, both past and present, and express gratitude for his commitment to protecting and serving the people of Allegheny County. In witness thereof, we have attached the seal of the County of Allegheny by me, President Patrick J. Katina, this 21st day of October 2025. Congratulations, Chief Deputy. All yours.
Thank you, everyone. This is a very prestigious, I'm very humbled by this this award. Just to shed some light to what occurred that day, I'm still a crisis negotiator, have been for the last 10 years. Our guys were in a situation where an individual didn't want to go to jail but wanted to kill himself. And just to shed some light on this, he did try to jump off of that ladder. And if it weren't for the fast actions of a couple of the other folks that I work with, this would have ended a lot differently. So we were able to grab a hold of him and hang on as tightly as we could to get him back into the ladder. And it obviously resulted in a safe, it finished safely. So wouldn't have been able to do this without my team. City of Pittsburgh EMS and fire were integral in helping us get this resolved. And again, I'm grateful for this. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you. Take a picture.
She's like, oh, 259 yesterday. She chose fucking December 16th. So she's like, I'm so sorry. Is there any way I can get on? So
Okay, fair. This is the joint one, right? This is the joint.
yes.
So I'm going to
yes.
say Chief Executive Enamorado is one.
Block out the back door, I didn't know. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it.
No, just right now?
13694-25.
A proclamation recognizing all TCOs for their compassion, dedication, and professionalism, and oftentimes going above and beyond their specific duties, sponsored by Councilmembers Katina and Nacarati-Chapkus, and I believe we have an identical proclamation from Chief Executive Enamorado as well.
You can read.
Good evening, everyone. It is a pleasure to read this proclamation. There are a lot of heroic activities happening all across Allegheny County, and that continues with the next proclamation. This is a proclamation recognizing Allegheny County telecommunications officers. Whereas Allegheny County's telecommunications officers, TCOs, serve as the unseen but essential first link in the emergency response chain. The calm, compassionate, and quick-thinking voices on the other end of every 911 call, ensuring that help arrives when it is needed most. And whereas these dedicated professionals work tirelessly every day to protect and serve the residents of Allegheny County, often under immense pressure, and their work frequently goes unseen despite being fundamental to saving lives and maintaining public safety. And whereas early morning on Saturday, October the 11th, 2025, a serious wrong-way crash occurred in Robinson Township, resulting in 2 vehicles engulfed in flames and entrapment. Though they were off duty and on their way home, a handful of TCOs saved 2 lives on the other end of the phone/radio when they stopped and were first on scene to assist. And whereas numerous TCOs rendered aid and successfully removed the drivers from the burning vehicles, while other TCOs were slowing down traffic, some were assessing the 2 patients after they were out of the vehicles. Another got on the radio and gave updates so that the fire departments and EMS knew what they were coming to. And other TCOs were making sure nothing else happened during this situation. And whereas the quick and selfless response by these TCOs, Brian Craig, Laura Rahowski, Erica Powell, Tiffany Watson, Justin Assisi, Maureen Hushak, Sean Snyder, Shane Sage, and Andrew Bennett were instrumental in rescuing 2 victims from the burning vehicles and preventing a far greater tragedy. Their decisive actions, performed at great personal risk, exemplify the courage, the teamwork, and their service-minded spirit of Allegheny County's emergency responders. And whereas TCOs very rarely get the recognition they deserve as being first responders, but this morning they were first on the scene and made a difference. Despite having completed their shifts and no longer being on duty, these TCOs demonstrated the very best of public service, guided not by obligation, but by instinct, compassion, and their unwavering commitment to the safety and well-being of others. And whereas their heroic actions serve as a powerful reminder that the strength of Allegheny County lies not only in its systems and technology, but in the people who dedicate their lives to protecting others, even when no one is watching and no one expects them to act. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, Allegheny County Executive Sarah Innamorato, County President Patrick Katina, Public Safety Committee Chair Michelle Nacarati-Chapkas, and all members of council do hereby recognize and commend Allegheny County's telecommunications officers, the TCOs, Brian Craig, Laura Rohosky, Erica Powell, Tiffany Watson, Justin Assisi, Maureen Hushak, Sean Snyder, Shane Sage, and Andrew Bennett for their extraordinary courage, their quick thinking, and selflessness in responding to the crash on October 11, 2025. We further extend our deepest gratitude to all telecommunications officers for their continued dedication, professionalism, and quiet heroism in serving our communities every single day. In witness whereof, I have hereto caused the seal of the County of Allegheny County to be affixed this 21st day of October 2025. Thank you so much.
My name's John Fournier. I'm the Allegheny County Manager here representing the Chief Executive, and I just want to thank the council, this joint proclamation from the council and the Chief Executive recognizing the wonderful work of our TCOs. I like to say oftentimes that to be a successful public servant, you have to have a run toward the fire mentality, and I usually mean that metaphorically, but in this case, of course, it's absolutely true. And, our TCOs are an incredibly important part of our public safety infrastructure here in the county. And I want to point out that under state law, TCOs are not recognized as first responders. And I think this is a great example of exactly why they should be. There are certain rights and privileges that first responders get. And their heroism, I think, is a great example of what they can do and what they do every day, usually on the other end of a telephone helping people through crises, but your proactive actions absolutely saved lives and helped a really dangerous situation. So on behalf of the county executive, thank you so much for everything you do every day for Allegheny County, but especially for what you did on this night.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
If you guys would you like to say something? Chief, would you like to say something?
The white shirt.
If you didn't notice, they're used to being on the other side of the telephone and the radio, not out in public. I couldn't be more proud as a leader of a great team of 330 folks within our Allegheny County Emergency Services, but certainly our TCOs, our telecommunications officers, as was described, they didn't need to stop. They didn't need to. And I would add, too, that a few of them out of the 10 wear other hats, too. Some of them are fire chiefs. Some of them are volunteer firefighters, EMTs, medics. Maybe had a nursing background in the past. They didn't hesitate. They didn't think twice about it. They had to stop and act, and they acted very safely and saved lives. And we're super proud of them, and we really appreciate their efforts every day for what they do for Allegheny County. And thank you for the recognition.
And before we go up for a picture, I'd be remiss in not thanking the Moon Run Volunteer Fire Department for their services and everything that they did. I mean, you guys are obviously behind the phones or answering the phones. and you put yourself in harm's way to save this person, save these people, and that's a tremendous thing.
There also was some random citizen who stopped in a McGann and Chester tow truck driver.
So all of them deserve, this is a true team effort then.
Yes, it was.
So thank you all for your services. So let's do a picture.
All right. Ready? Take your time. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Yeah.
Next up is 13695-25, a proclamation recognizing the historical and religious significance of Diwali, the Festival of Lights, and Diwali's message of tolerance, compassion, and the victory of good over evil, sponsored by Councilmember Nakaradi Chapkas.
Chief, here's the hard copy for all of you. Okay, our next proclamation. I have to get my festive scarf to be part of the celebration. Yes, this is, so here at Allegheny County, we love to celebrate lots of festivals and events that are happening through various ethnicities and initiatives all across the county, representative of the people who live in this county. And so this is an organization that I became familiar with last spring?
Yeah, June.
June, yeah. And so it's been a beautiful opportunity to learn more about the BAPS. And when Diwali came, they reached out and asked for a proclamation. I said, oh my gosh, of course, this is something to celebrate. So that is our next proclamation of the day. Let me make sure that this is the, yep, okay. So this is whereas the BAPS Sri Swaminarayan Mandir in Coriopolis, along with over 1 billion celebrants worldwide, reverently observe the festival of Diwali, the festival of lights, symbolizing the victory of Dharma and good over evil. And whereas Diwali is one of the most celebrated festivals of great significance to Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, and Buddhists. And whereas Diwali falls on Monday, October 20th this year in accordance with the lunar calendar and brings together families, friends, and communities here in the United States and across the globe in goodwill, peace, and a shared sense of renewal. And whereas celebrants renew their commitment to upholding values of truth, non-harming, and restraint through their thoughts, their words, and their actions. And whereas Diwali is a time for charitable giving and selfless service by bringing light in the form of wisdom, knowledge, nourishment, and shelter in order to alleviate the tangible forms of suffering, such as hunger, disease, and poverty. And whereas the shared Indian holiday of Diwali signifies a special time of peace and serenity with the hope of building bridges of understanding and tearing down barriers of intolerance. And whereas Diwali is celebrated by many Hindus as a day of thanksgiving for the homecoming of Lord Rama and the beginning of the new year for many Hindus. And whereas Diwali is a festival of lights during which celebrants light diyas? Small oil lamps, place them around the home and pray for knowledge, peace, and universal well-being. And whereas for Sikhs, Diwali is celebrated as the day that the 6th founding Sikh guru, or Reverend Teacher Guru Hargobind, was released from captivity by the Mughal Emperor Jahangir. And if I'm mispronouncing, I apologize. You can correct me in your remarks. And whereas for Jains, Diwali marks the anniversary of the attainment of moksha, or liberation, by Mahavira, the last of the Now, this is going to be a mouthful. I'm going to try. Tirthankara? Yes. Close. The great teachers of Jain Dharma at the end of his life in 527 BC. And whereas for Buddhists, especially newer Buddhists, Diwali is commemorated as Ashok Vijayadashami, the day the great Emperor Ashoka embraced Buddhism as his faith. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Allegheny County Council Member Michelle Nacarati Chapkus, do hereby recognize the religious and historical significance of Diwali, the Festival of Lights, and Diwali's message of tolerance and compassion, and the victory of good over evil, which resonates with the American spirit, and encourage all those who celebrate the festival of Diwali on October 20th, 2025, and likewise encourage all citizens of Allegheny County to join in recognizing the contributions of all Hindu, Sikhs, Jains, and Buddhists active in all aspects of our vibrant economy and civic society. In witness whereof, I have hereunto caused the seal of the County of Allegheny County to be affixed this 21st day of October, 2025. Come on over. Please speak.
Hello, I'm Bhupendra Kamdar. I've been living in Pittsburgh in the last 47 years, and I'm a follower of BAPS since then. As its core, BAPS is more than an organization. It is a movement of hearts united across continents, cultures, and generations. It's a message. It's simple yet profound. Unity is strength, and service is worship. Whether it's organization health fair, supporting disaster relief, or empowering communities through education and environment stewardship, BAPS charity exemplifies the spirit of seva, selfless service. Their volunteers, driven by faith and humanity, reminded us that true growth is measured not in numbers, but in the lives uplifted. We just celebrated our Diwali, which is a festival of light, just on Saturday, and we had a great response from the community. Thank you very much. And we have the prasad, which is like a sacred food, from the temple, for everybody.
Treats.
Right here.
Who would like to hold the proclamation? You will? Okay. We'll get a picture. Yeah. Let's go get a picture. Oh.
Congratulations.
Our meeting's in 2 weeks, you can bring us some more.
Take it one step further.
No.
Okay, ready? All right, 1, 2, 3. Got it. One more. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We get one more. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wasn't asked to bring it up, I would vote for it. I won't bring it up, I wasn't asked to.
Okay. That's good. No. No. 13696-25.
A proclamation honoring and congratulating the 2025 Get Involved 16th Annual Service Summit honorees, sponsored by Councilmember Ambrosia and Councilmember Filiaggi.
Tom, I get to talk a little bit here.
Suzanne Hart. Yeah, you have to come down too, obviously.
Yeah, Dan. These are, here, I'm going to give those to Tom right now.
Okay.
Tom? Where's the snacks going?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is an opportunity to talk about something that's very important to all of us, very important to the council. Get involved.
Exclamation point.
And I think that I could probably speak for everybody on council who's had to go through some level of leadership training, development, to be civically engaged and to educate yourself along the way. You know, these fine folks right here are working hard to immerse themselves in the community. And I could say this as a councilman, that everybody upon this dais has probably at one point of their lives have really dove in to educate themselves on being more civically, maybe not Bob Palmasina, but everybody else for sure. But I mean that. I mean that. Be it in high school with peer mediation groups or any type of leadership group, in college, and then, of course, beyond. So it is our distinct honor here. I'm going to get yelled at for this one. It is our distinct honor, Councilwoman Filiaggi and I, to honor these fine individuals from Get Involved. It also has a little extra special meaning because, A, the person who helped found this is a former councilman, a colleague of many, and Tom Baker, and also includes one of our own, and Dan Grisbeck is amongst the group. So, that's right. So, would you like to read the names first? You want me to go forth and start?
I think I'll read the names. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna split it up. Suzanne's gonna.
I get to have a little bit of partake in this. Also, I have my Tom Baker moments and stories. You know, these were the proclamations that Tom gave, and I've heard a lot of you saying, "Oh, it's another Tom Baker proclamation," and he was. I did not know Tom on council because I wasn't on council, but as you all are learning about me, I have a couple of common themes about me. One is that most of my life revolves around Sir Pizza, right? And how do I know Tom Baker first, more than all, before all of you, is Sir Pizza. Yeah. And the other thing you're all learning about me, my favorite topic is me, other than my kids, Bethany and I share that, right? And also it is that I am constantly looking for things to talk about and ways to improve my own game as a public servant. And just when I'm thinking that I'm at the top of my game as a public servant, only my mother and Tom Baker remind me that I still have work to do because this guy is everywhere all the time, 24 hours. Am I right? And I'm thinking to myself, in that 15 minutes, spare minutes that I have during a day, at midnight, maybe Tom comes to my mind and I'm like, maybe I should be doing more. But he is the guy who has founded this, who is prolific in helping all of these young people and old people try to up their game in public service. So it's an honor for me to present this proclamation with Mike, but also to read the names of the people that Tom has impacted and who are going to impact our lives as county residents, right? So the people that are going to be honored today are Person of the Year, Lee Davis and Felicia Mysick. Emerging Leader Award is Vidya Surti and Marquis Wheeler. We have the Dr. Tom Baker Community Leader Award, which is Sheila Tallarico and R.J. Thompson. And then we also have the Patty Verosco Child Advocacy Award, which is Maria Pagliaselli, who I know. Maria's not here, though, right? And Kathy Welsh. There's also the 2025 Western Pennsylvania Rising Stars, Derek Allender, Rayshawn Brown, Emily Francis, Eliana Gomez, Dan Gresbeck, one of our own, Kayla Haynes, James Hogue, Mondale King, Josh Leonard, Jaime Martinez, a District 2 resident, Lindsay McDevitt, and Ronan Mulhern. So I'm going to let Mike take it away for the formalities.
All right. A proclamation recognizing the 16th Annual Service Summit honorees. Whereas Get Involved, Inc. was founded in 2011 by Tom Baker to provide leadership and development programs and initiatives that engage, energize, educate, and empower students and young professionals. And whereas on November 5th, 2025, the 16th Annual Pittsburgh Service Summit will take place at Vellum Fermentation and will give recognition to outstanding activists and individuals for their positive contributions to the community. The event, which is open to the public, will also feature a variety of keynote speakers to educate attendees about best practices and strategies to make a larger difference in the region. And now, therefore, be it resolved that we, Allegheny because we skipped. Allegheny County Council members Mike Imbrasia, that's me, James, and Suzanne Filiaggi do hereby commend Get Involved, Inc. for their commitment to fostering the development of young leaders into civically active community assets, and for hosting the 16th Annual Pittsburgh Service Summit to honor the achievements of 20 individuals from the region whose work has made a difference in their communities. In witness whereof we have hereunto caused the seal of the County of Allegheny to be affixed this 21st day of October 25. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much. It's good to be back. Oh, my goodness. Good to see you all. Thank you very much. We will share that at the Service Summit on November 5th. I might be the County Council alumnus who really enjoyed it the most. I loved being on the County Council, as many of you know, and it's great to be back. I can't believe that the Service Summit is turning 16 years old this year. The Service Summit can drive, I guess. It's been around for a long time. Former honorees include many legislators, but many community leaders of all ages. It's young professionals, it's lifelong learners. It's a bit of everyone. Our former county executive was actually, Jim Roddy was the first ever Person of the Year. Senator Pippy, a future mayor named Bill Peduto, spoke at that first one 16 years ago as well. We were at the Union Project year 1. We were at Carlow University for years 2 through 9. We were in East Liberty for year 10. We were at a park, a series of parks for year 11 because it was COVID, but we celebrated in the parks. Coro Center for Civic Leadership for years 12 through 14. And the last 2 years, as Mike and Suzanne said, we've been at Vellum Fermentation. It's a celebration of service. It's a night that's all about being involved, being active, being a positive person in the community, believing in the concept of don't be bored in Allegheny County, be on a board of directors in Allegheny County for something that you care about. That's really what we're all about as an organization. But really the night, November 5th, and thank you again for hosting us, is all about you in under 15 seconds, learning why these people are dynamite and dynamic leaders in our region. And when we think of nonprofits, the person that literally runs the Greater Pittsburgh Nonprofit Partnership is our first honoree. So maybe 15 seconds from each honoree. Who you are, what you do for a living, and what we should all get involved with, your favorite thing to be involved with. Go. Emily Francis.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Emily Francis, Director of the Greater Pittsburgh Nonprofit Partnership. My favorite thing to be involved with is actually what I get paid for, which is supporting the 8,500 nonprofits in our region. And I appreciated the comment earlier about the running towards the fire mentality, because a lot of our nonprofits run towards the match strike and the fire and the embers afterwards. So thank you so much for this honor. And I appreciate it.
Thanks, Emily. Okay, so Sheila, Glade Run Foundation and president of a chamber board.
Hi, I'm Sheila Tallarico. I am the executive director of Glade Run Foundation and vice president of development and external affairs at Glade Run Lutheran Services, and president of the chair of the board of directors of the Pittsburgh North Regional Chamber, which I will be done in December. I've really enjoyed my time, and I serve on a number of different boards. I like getting my hands dirty. I foster for Paws Across Pittsburgh, which is sometimes a crappy job, but really enjoy serving the communities. Thank you very much for this honor.
And happy 30th wedding anniversary yesterday to you and Jim Tallarico. Okay, next up, let's go James Hogue. James Hogue is going to tell you all about him. Ambassador Hogue, actually, is what he is called. So, James, do you want to share with us?
Yeah.
Okay. He's the most active 22-year-old you'll ever meet in your life, I will say.
I'm trying to move in a little bit more, and we'll move the microphone this way.
Yeah. You got it.
Okay.
You're good. They got you.
I'm gonna.
So what do you like being involved with? And this is his mom, Mary, and dad, Jimmy.
I'm involved with variety and Special Olympics.
All right. I'll say, Sean Casey thinks he's the mayor of Special Olympics. It's this man right here.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we're going to carve it out there.
No worries.
Hello. Hi. Okay, perfect. Love that. Not my fault. Hi, everyone. My name is Jaime Martinez. It's a real big pleasure to be here today. Thank you for the honor. Woo! Let's see. I'm an organizer with Casa San Jose, managing our rapid response network. So taking care of immigrant families and doing the work to really build relationship and to get people into uncomfortable spaces and see what injustice looks like. What really drives me is relationship, and I think all of you here sitting at the dais and all the people in the crowd have an invested, you're invested in relationship and in building community. So it's a real pleasure to be among colleagues, and thank you again for the honor.
Yeah, Tom broke this.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
Lindsay lives in the greatest township ever, though. What's it actually break? Yeah, use the teacher voice.
I do a teacher voice. I can go full teacher. It's okay. Go full teacher. It's fine.
Teacher, I'll fix it.
Hi everyone. My name is Lindsay McDivitt. I am a proud high school teacher in the area. I have taught everywhere from Pittsburgh City schools to charter schools to elsewhere now. So my big thing is education. Put forth everything you can into education. I love it. When I'm not teaching, I work in Millvale with the music festival. So my two things to get involved with are supporting your live music, like Millville Music Festival is a great thing to get involved in, and also support all of your nonprofits. How many did you say there were? 90-some?
8,500.
That's a lot. I don't like that many. But yeah, do what she says.
Okay, thanks, Lindsay.
My name is Eliana Gomez. I am a Racial Equity Fellow for Allegheny County Department of Human Services. And I am the treasurer of the Young Leaders Board for the YWCA Greater Pittsburgh, and also serve on the board of directors for Industrial Arts Workshop, which teaches kids how to weld and make art as early as 14 years old. And
Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is RJ Thompson. I'm an associate professor at the University of Pittsburgh. I teach in the Department of English. And one thing that I am incredibly passionate about is getting involved in local schools. We all benefit. Get involved in PTOs, your local libraries, teach people how to read, give them access to education.
All right.
Hi, I'm Kayla Haynes. I work at Variety, the children's charity, with Tom, and spent lots of time with James. I'm also involved in my child's PTA. I volunteer at Hearth, which is a women's shelter. And I would just say get involved in anything in your community. You know yourself, you know what makes you happy, and you know the changes that you would like to make. Thanks.
I think these folks up here know me, but I'm Dan Grisbeck. I'm on Allegheny County Council. My full-time position is as an engineer, assuring the safe operation and maintenance of nuclear reactor safety systems for the U.S. Navy. When I'm not doing that, I'm a volunteer firefighter and medic with Bethel Park Volunteer Fire Department. I'm also a student mentor with South Coast Interfaith Movement, as well as Navy Seekers Program. Please get involved with your local fire departments, whether it be actually being an active firefighter or just being able to help with any of the operations. So many of our departments are really suffering right now from both a membership standpoint, but also a fundraising standpoint. I know Councilman Macy frequently talks about that. He's also a life firefighter member. It's really important that we are supporting this important entity because obviously you want them to be there when you need them. Thanks.
Thank you for this honor tonight. All the work that I do is volunteer, so what I do personally for finances has no bearing on what I'm here for tonight. I'm honored to win a Child Advocacy Award. My young people in the Woodland Hills School District made me their child advocate about 8 or 9 years ago after I lost my son Jeremy to gun violence. We started the Greater Valley Coalition Against Violence, and we do a really, really deep dive into young children who might be the shooter, and also families that have lost loved ones to gun violence, because a lot of the violence that we see in our culture is generational. And if we could break that generational violence, then we can make huge strides, which we have. We went for 464 days without a homicide in our school district. We had one small uptick of violence, and we're right back on track. So I'm really honored to be here. I love the work that I do, and thank you all who support us. I truly believe if in the old village style. The kids who need the most love ask for it in the most uncommon and strangest ways, and it's working. So thank you all for having me here tonight. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Wendell King. I got up here and forgot everything that I was thinking about. But thank y'all for this nomination and award. I appreciate it. I'm a union member. I work for Lindy, so if y'all are outside and y'all see construction everywhere, I do apologize for all the detours and stuff. We're ripping up the street, and we're trying to make it better. Okay, we're trying to make it better for y'all. So I do apologize. Also, I do work under Miss Kathy for Cure Valve Alliance and Hoop Alliances, and we're, pretty much like, not to piggyback off of what you said, but we're the interpreters for when something goes down. We're the first on the scene and we're the last off the scene. We're helping families through grief throughout the whole process, the whole time. We're always in contact with them no matter what. We have grief council meetings every week, every Wednesday down at the Hollander Building at 6. And monthly meetings the last Tuesday of each month down at the Braddock Building. Greater Valley Community Service. Actually, I just got off of work not too long ago, but I still showed up. But again, thank y'all. I appreciate it.
I just want to add that Mondale is actually living proof that the work is working. He came up through the Woodland Hills school system from like 2015 to 2019 where the kids were being abused. In 2018, we had our most violent year and we started to pour into love. And Mondale lived on Camp Avenue in Braddock, which was one of like the really hot spots. And through all the love, he decided to change his life around. Got baptized at a very young age. He's only 23 years old right now. And now he's back mentoring young men in our community. So his work is powerful and he's not old like all of us. He's only 23. So that is a testament to who he is. Yes.
Thank you all. It's a good day to have a good day. Feel free to join us on November 5th. I've been coming to here since 2014 to celebrate the Get Involved Service Summit. I will say that is the most head-shaking in a positive way I've seen from the dais in the crowd in 11 years. So if anything inspired you tonight, please get involved with any of the organizations that you heard about. We are the City of Champions, and we are the city that looks for the helpers. So let's keep doing that with these wonderful people, and I will say it, with these wonderful people as well. Let's keep making a difference. So, let's do the group photo. Okay. Okay. All right. Are you wonderful? Okay, guys, I'm gonna take a picture. Right. Dan Soltez has been on the board since its inception. Everyone knows Dan Soltez. Who are you? Yeah. There we go.
One, two, three. Okay, got it. Thanks, guys.
Okay, ready? Okay, right here. All right, ready, guys? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Got it.
All right. Congratulations.
Check 1, 2. It's a mess, but I think it works. All this? You're welcome. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. The remaining proclamations will be read into the record. 13697-25.
A proclamation recognizing Melanie Morgan Miller on her induction into the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame class of 2025, sponsored by Councilmember Katina.
13698-25.
A proclamation recognizing Anthony Accomando Jr. upon being named the Grand Marshal of the 2025 Pittsburgh Columbus Day Parade, sponsored by Councilmember Ambrazia.
I don't believe we have any public comment on any of the agenda items.
Correct.
Okay, approval of minutes, 13688-25.
A motion to approve the minutes of the September 24th, 2025 regular meeting of council.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second? Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Unfinished business, Committee on Economic Development and Job Creation for the second reading, 13613-25. Jared, do you want to read it? But this is going right back to committee because there's still additional information needed.
Okay, that's a resolution providing for a program of temporary exemption from county real property taxes for improvements, including repairs, construction, or reconstruction made on industrial, commercial, or business property in a deteriorated area in the city of Pittsburgh, County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, pursuant to the Local Economic Revitalization Assistance Act, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
Going back to Economic Development and Job Creation for additional information, 13655-25.
A resolution approving a project for the benefit of Heritage Valley Health System Incorporated, a nonprofit corporation duly organized and existing under the laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and an organization described in Section 501c3 of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 as amended, to be financed by the Allegheny County Hospital Development Authority by the issuance of the authority's tax-exempt and/or taxable bonds in one or more series in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $95 million, provided the taxing power of the County of Allegheny, Pennsylvania, shall not be obligated in any way with respect to the bonds, and declaring the financing of such project as desirable for the health, safety, and welfare of the people in the area where the facilities being financed are located, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
Councilmember Bukowski.
The Committee on Economic Development and Job Creation met on October 15th and affirmatively recommended this to council. I make that motion.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Jared, please take a roll call vote.
On the motion approved, Mr. Petkowski.
Yes.
Mr. Botta.
Yes.
Mr. Ambrazia.
Yes.
Your turn.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ambrazia, on the motion to approve bill number 13655.
Yeah, yes, I saw it.
Thank you. Ms. Filiaggi.
Yes.
Mr. Fatulis.
Yes.
Mr. Grisbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Hallam.
Yes.
Mr. Klein.
Yes.
Mr. Macy.
Yes.
Ms. Nacarati Chapkus.
Yes.
Mr. Palmieri.
Yes.
Mr. Palmasina.
Yes.
Ms. Pritzio. Mr. Walton.
Yes.
President Katina.
Yes.
Ayes 15, no 0. The bill passes.
Committee on Health and Human Services for the second reading, 13494-25.
An ordinance of the Council of the County of Allegheny ratifying revisions to the Allegheny County Health Department Rules and Regulations, Article 19, Medical Service Fees, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
Councilmember Klein.
Thank you, Mr. President. At its meeting on October 7, 2025, the Committee on Health and Human Services considered the aforementioned ordinance. It now comes before council this evening with an affirmative recommendation, and I would ask for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call vote, please, Jared.
On the motion to approve, Mr. Petkowski.
Yes.
Mr. Botta.
Yes.
Mr. Ambrazia.
Yes.
Ms. Filiaggi.
Yes.
Mr. Fatulis.
Yes.
Mr. Grisbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Hallam.
Yes.
Mr. Klein.
Yes.
Mr. Macy.
Yes.
Ms. Nacarati Chapkus.
Yes.
Mr. Palmieri.
Yes.
Mr. Palmasina.
Yes.
Ms. Pritzio.
Yes.
Mr. Walton.
Yes.
President Katina.
Yes.
Ayes 15, no 0. The bill passes.
13581-25.
An ordinance of the Council of the County of Allegheny ratifying amendments to Section 2105.10 surface coating processes, Section 2105.18B dry cleaning facilities, petroleum solvent dry cleaning facilities, and 2101.20 definitions, as well as the addition of Section 2105.19A synthetic organic chemical manufacturing, industry air oxidation, distillation, and reactor processes of the Allegheny County Health Department Rules and Regulations, Article 21, Air Pollution Control, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
Councilman Klein.
Thank you, Mr. President. At its meeting on October 7, 2025, the Committee on Health and Human Services considered the aforementioned ordinance, and it comes before council this evening with an affirmative recommendation, and I would ask for a motion to approve at this time.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please, Jared.
On the motion to approve, Mr. Petkowski.
Yes.
Mr. Botta.
Yes.
Mr. Ambrazia.
Yes.
Ms. Filiaggi.
Yes.
Mr. Fatulis.
Yes.
Mr. Grisbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Hallam.
Yes.
Mr. Klein.
Yes.
Mr. Macy.
Yes.
Ms. Nacarati Chapkus.
Yes.
Mr. Palmieri.
Yes.
Mr. Palmasina.
Yes.
Ms. Pritzio.
Yes.
Mr. Walton.
Yes.
President Katina.
Yes.
Ayes 15, no 0, the bill passes.
13628-25.
That's an ordinance of the Council of the County of Allegheny ratifying the revisions of Article 6 of the Allegheny County Health Department Rules and Regulations concerning houses and community environment, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
Chairman Klein, I believe the Board of Health wanted that sent back to your committee because of some revisions.
Yes.
Okay.
So it will go back to committee.
Okay, so Health and Human Services again for that one. And then we'll move on to the Committee on Public Safety for the second reading, 13667-25.
An ordinance of the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, authorizing the county's acceptance of the donation of a chlorine training housing from Westlake Corporation and a decontamination trailer from the Department of Veterans Affairs, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
Councilmember Nakaradi Chapkus.
President Katina, the Committee on Public Safety met on October the 15th, 2025, and affirmatively recommended this ordinance, and I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Jared, please take a roll call vote.
On the motion to approve, Mr. Betkowski.
Yes.
Mr. Botta.
Yes.
Mr. Ambrazia.
Yes.
Ms. Filiaggi.
Yes.
Mr. Fatulis.
Yes.
Mr. Grisbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Hallam.
Yes.
Mr. Klein.
Yes.
Mr. Macy.
Yes.
Ms. Nakaradi Chapkus.
Yes.
Mr. Palmieri.
Yes.
Mr. Paul Messina.
Yes.
Ms. Pritzio.
Yes.
Mr. Walton.
Yes.
President Katina.
Yes.
Ayes 15, no 0, the bill passes.
13681-25.
An ordinance of the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, to allow Invisio Group to use certain county-owned real property in connection with the demonstration of firefighting imaging and communication apparatus, and to film same, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
Councilmember Nakaradi Chapkus.
President Katina, the Committee on Public Safety met on October the 15th, 2025, and affirmatively recommended this ordinance, and I'd like to make that motion, please.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Jared, please take a roll call vote.
On the motion to approve, Mr. Betkowski.
Yes.
Mr. Botta.
Yes.
Mr. Ambrazia.
Yes.
Ms. Filiaggi.
Yes.
Mr. Fatulis. Mr. Grisbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Hallam.
Yes.
Mr. Klein.
Yes.
Mr. Macy.
Yes.
Ms. Nakaradi Chapkus.
Yes.
Mr. Palmieri.
Yes.
Mr. Paul Messina.
Yes.
Ms. Pritzio.
Yes.
Mr. Walton.
Yes.
President Katina.
Councilman Futulis is back.
Mr. Fatulis.
Yes.
Yes.
And President Katina. Ayes 15, no 0, the bill passes.
Okay, Committee on Public Works for the second reading, 13668-25.
An ordinance authorizing the Department of Public Works to take certain actions on behalf of County Council with respect to the issuance of temporary occupancy permits, highway occupancy permits, the grant of certain licenses, rights and entry and easements, and the amicable acquisition of certain real estate affecting county public work projects and other matters for calendar years 2026 and 2027, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
Councilman Walton?
Thank you. The Committee on Public Works met on October 15th and voted to move this ordinance, this document to full council with an affirmative recommendation.
Seconded.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Jared, please take a roll call vote.
On the motion to approve, Mr. Betkowski.
Yes.
Mr. Botta.
Yes.
Mr. Ambrazia.
Yes.
Ms. Filiaggi.
Yes.
Mr. Fatulis.
Yes.
Mr. Grisbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Hallam.
Yes.
Mr. Klein.
Yes.
Mr. Macy.
Yes.
Ms. Nakaradi Chapkus.
Yes.
Mr. Palmieri.
Yes.
Mr. Paul Messina.
Yes.
Ms. Pritzio.
Yes.
Mr. Walton.
Yes.
President Katina.
Yes.
Ayes 15, no 0. The bill passes.
Okay, we'll have liaison reports. Any liaison reports this evening? Liaison reports are for those committees that you're assigned to or boards that you sit on. Hearing none, we're moving on. New business ordinances resolutions, 13690-25.
An ordinance of the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, authorizing Steel Rivers Council of Governments to continue to use real property in the county's Round Hill Park as a law enforcement training facility, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
That will go to the Committee on Parks, 13691-25.
A resolution of the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, urging the United States Congress to quickly end the costly and disastrous federal shutdown by passing federal appropriations legislation that preserves access to affordable health care for millions of Americans, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
Mr. President?
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the second reading on this one.
Okay. Motion has been made and seconded. Jared, take a roll call vote, please.
It was made and seconded. On the motion to waive the second reading, Mr. Betkowski.
Yes.
Mr. Botta.
Yes.
Mr. Ambrazia.
No.
Ms. Filiaggi.
No.
Mr. Fatulis.
Yes.
Mr. Grisbeck.
Yes.
Ms. Hallam.
Yes.
Mr. Klein.
Yes.
Mr. Macy.
No.
Ms. Nakaradi Chapkus.
Yes.
Mr. Palmieri?
No.
Mr. Paul Messina?
No.
Ms. Pritzio?
Yes.
Mr. Walton?
Yes.
President Katina?
No.
Oh, apologies, that was a no.
No.
Ayes 9, no 6, the motion fails.
That will go to Committee on Health and Human Services, new business motions. Is there anything?
There are none.
Okay, notification of contracts, 13692-25.
A communication summarizing approved executive actions for the month of September 2025.
Receive and file, please.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Public comment on general items.
We have a number tonight. First up is Muhammad Nasir.
Manny.
Hello, everyone. My name is Muhammad Ali Nasir. I go by Manny. I do advocacy and outreach for One Hood Media, and I have the pleasure of serving on the Jail Oversight Board, and I'm here today to talk about an issue related to that board. It's the shackles. Of course, for months now, you and I have both been listening to John Kay and Brian Englert provide this narrative of, public safety being at risk because they no longer have the use of shackles. From my perspective, whenever I watch them and listen to them, I see two individuals actively working to overturn the will of the voters who put you in your seats that you're in right now. I would be remiss if I didn't take some time to wish my very dear friend Tanisha a happy birthday. It's her birthday today. Of course, we're getting older. My knees keep reminding me. As we all age, memory is one of the things that sometimes suffer. But I'm old enough to remember, this phrase we just say, Precious Farm remembers. Yeah, I remember that. I'm asking you to remember some of the things that I do. I remember that 168,907 people voted, not just to ban solitary confinement, but also to ban the use of the restraint chair and the OC spray and shackles in Allegheny County Jail. I remember that when John and Brian came before the Jail Oversight Board, for months and months and months, they were talking a lot about the restraint chair and the OC spray, barely even mentioning shackles. And now I understand that, the shackles are the most important thing to them, but only for hospital runs. You know what I mean? To them, that will solve all of the issues, right? Now, this pivot isn't a change of heart. They no longer have a desire to bring back the restraint chair. Well, it isn't that they no longer have the desire to bring back the restraint chair. They absolutely do. It's only a change of strategy. It's a deliberate pivot to chip away at the very reforms that the voters demanded. And I remember why voters cared so much. Because between 2015 and 2020, out of the 62 county jails across Pennsylvania, the ACJ had the highest per capita use of those tools, the restraint chair and the OC spray. And of course, that's not something to be proud of, and it speaks to the culture of violence in the jail that the warden has been working to address. Of course, they talk about public safety, and I know that it matters, and I'm concerned about public safety as well. That's why the Jail Oversight Board proposed letting the Sheriff's Office take over hospital transports, which will address public safety, and the CEOs were against that. The County Executive's Office proposed another alternative, allowing the hospital police to shackle when necessary, and they opposed that too. And it's because it's not about safety, it's about power, control, and to be honest, it's about pay. Now, as I leave, I want you to remember the voters who you're here to represent. Remember the people in the jail who are vulnerable, like Petra's Farm. Remember. Thank you.
Next up is Tanisha Long.
Everybody wish Tanisha a happy birthday. She came here to spend her birthday with us.
Thank you. If I say thank you, will it stop? Please stop. All right, thank you. Genuinely, thank you. Tanisha Long, you guys know me. I'm here all the time when I can make it. One of the things, kind of to piggyback off of what Manny said when he talks about the will of the voters, this petition that was brought before you has 1,100 signatures. Far less of them are valid. But when you think about what 1,100 signatures represents, it represents 0.4% of the total voters who showed up for the election. The petition that I worked on to get Lake Shackles and solitary confinement banned was signed by 43,000 people. We submitted 43,000 signatures, which is almost 20% of people who showed up to vote in Allegheny County. What Brian Engler and John Kostenowitz want you to believe is that 43,000 people can't read, and that 43,000 people can't read as good as they can, and that your voters are stupid, and that the 168,000 people who voted for it are also stupid and cannot read. We can read. And what it is an effort by two people who believe they know more than people who make policy, than people who are inside the jail, than formerly incarcerated people, than jail oversight board members, than the warden himself, than the county executive, and than yourselves. They believe that they know more, and that they can read better, and that they know what we truly want. And that's simply not true, because I can read quite well. I was reading from a very young age. Not bragging, but I am. And what they want you to also believe is that they should have more weight and impact than the people who are incarcerated in this jail. And what does bother me about the Public Safety Committee and people who have been engaging in this effort is you've been engaging with John Kostenowitz, and you've been engaging with Brian Englert, and you've been engaging with COs, but have any of you taken the time to engage with people who are inside the jail? You can talk to formerly incarcerated people. It's not that hard. They'll come up, they'll tell you their stories, but what about the people who are living it right now, who aren't getting a single say in it? And what strikes me is that you have these two white men leading this effort to represent the needs, wills, and wants of a jail that's 65% black. So they believe that not only can they read better than us, that they know better, that they know medical policy, that they know hospital policy, that they know jail policy better than us. I've helped write jail policy before. Bethany has helped write jail policy before. The warden has helped write jail policy before. And you guys have voted on it from time to time. And they believe that they know better than us, and they believe that they know better than the people with the lived experience. People have been in that jail. I've been in that jail before. I found my bracelet the other day. I looked good. It was 15 years ago, but whatever. None of that matters, because what truly matters is that you guys honor the will of the people, that you honor your responsibility to the people in the jail, that you don't let this initiative navigated by two people who think they're smarter than everyone else guide public policy in Allegheny County. 43,000 signatures just to get it on the ballot, and I know because I collected them. Thank you.
Next up is Ann George.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ann George, and I'm honored to be here tonight representing the nursing department at CCAC North Campus, located in Council District 2, where I serve as the nursing lab coordinator. I'm also a resident of Council District 13, represented by Council Member Jordan Bada. I want to sincerely thank you, the members of the County Council, for your ongoing support of CCAC, and especially for your investment in the North Campus Nursing Department. Thanks to your support, we were able to renovate, update, and expand our nursing labs, a project that has already made a significant and immediate impact on our students, our faculty, and our surrounding community. With the expanded space, we doubled our lab capacity and acquired state-of-the-art equipment that gives our students hands-on experience through realistic patient care simulations. These simulations help prepare them for the NCLEX licensure exam, graduation, and ultimately successful careers as registered nurses in our local healthcare facilities. Our faculty are energized by these improvements, and it shows in their teaching and our students' engagement. In our newly renovated and updated simulation room, our senior students recently completed a simulation on a patient with a blood transfusion reaction. In 2 weeks, they will be assigned a simulation on postpartum hemorrhage, a leading cause of maternity mortality worldwide. So we feel that was a very important simulation for them to do. Most importantly, the expanded space has allowed us to admit an additional cohort of nursing students each year, starting this spring. This means we now have the capacity to potentially double the number of graduates from North Campus, a critical step in addressing the nursing shortage in our region. We're also excited to share that a film crew recently documented a day in our labs, and CCAC's marketing team is using the footage to develop TV commercials and social media content to promote our nursing program. You may have already seen some of these clips online. On behalf of our faculty, staff, and students, thank you for believing in our mission and providing the resources to educate the next generation of nurses who will care for our community. Finally, I want to remind you that Dr. Bullock, our college president, will be here in the coming weeks to present the 2026 budget, and I hope you will be open and receptive to his message. We are truly grateful. Thank you. Thank you.
Next up is Art Nzinga.
Good evening. My name's Art Nzinga. I'm a certified executive chef and certified culinary educator. I work as a professor and the coordinator of the culinary program at CCAC. I live in Westview, Council District Number 1, Mr. Betkowski's district. I want to speak about and give examples of the positive economic effects that your investment in CCAC has had on the county. So just in the past 5 months, we've hosted in our new Center for Education, Innovation, and Training a number of events that have attracted people to the county from all over the country. This past June, we had an event, hosted a convention of culinary educators in our building. In August, we partnered with Community Kitchen Pittsburgh, and they had their summit for their national organization, Catalyst Kitchen. Both of these events attracted 150 attendees, along with family and friends that came along with them. This past weekend, we hosted the National Culinary Olympic Youth Team for a training session when they compete in the World Cup in Luxembourg next year. In March, we will be hosting for the American Culinary Federation professional and student teams and individuals for Chef of the Year competitions. What this meant was 1,000 people coming into our region, using the airport, staying in hotels, paying the county room tax, eating in restaurants, paying the county drink tax. Money that you give to CCAC, it doesn't disappear. It comes back as revenue for the county. And I hope you'll remember that when Dr. Bullock presents his budget next week. So thank you for listening to us.
Right here.
And
Let's go get right here. I'm the first Italian
Do you have your dinner that was delivered before? Here's some dessert.
Dr. Bullock, whatever you want.
Next up is Kimberly Davis.
All right. Good evening to all the members of council. My name is Dr. Kimberly Davis. I'm a counselor at the college, and I am a proud resident of the City of Trees, Forest Hills, which is Mr. Walton's area. My ask here tonight is quite simple. I want to first thank you all. A few years ago, I was here and told you a story of our students and how important it is that we help them get to a point of success and finish our college. I came here and asked you graciously to support us by providing additional funds. I want to thank you for saying yes to that ask. With the additional support, we have been able to provide mental health resources to our students. As a counselor, I hear stories on a daily basis, and it's my job to peel back the layers of those stories from our students. And what I hear is that students are suffering with financial, housing, and food insecurities. Not to mention that stories of mental health are increasing. Our students are suffering with their well-being, and they just want an opportunity to get an education, which will lead to a career and other opportunities. I'm here today to ask you once again to please think about our students. At our college, we say that our goal is their success, and it's important to me, as well as the college and everyone that works for community college, that we get our students to the point of graduation. This can be life-changing for them, even if it does nothing else but boost their self-confidence. And so I'm going to close by saying thank you already for the gift that I know that you want to see come to us and to our students. Our president, Dr. Bullock, he will be here in a few weeks, and we just want you to listen intently and know that his list of wants and needs are things that we need to provide to break barriers and gaps for our students. I thank you so much for everything that you do. Please consider community college and our students. Thank you.
Francis Cartieri.
Hi, I'm Francis Cartieri. I'm also with Community College of Allegheny County, and I think you know that President Bullock is coming in a few weeks. So I just wanted to give some color to some of the increased funding that was approved a few years ago in 2023, and how that has had kind of like a cascading effect on us and our students. So I teach mechatronics and robotics. I started at the West Hill Center, right, which is where our program used to be located. My first week of class, I had a garage spring effectively get compressed, and the table bent in half and it flew into the ceiling. So that was pretty awesome and scared all the students a lot. In the next semester or two, we moved from that location, upgraded equipment, upgraded facilities, completely modern tech, right, to a place that was barely recognizable. And we have a robot to student ratio in addition to an instructor to teacher ratio there of 2 to 1, right? Robots to students. And it's been fantastic. It's been like night and day. So that's for me personally. I might not have stuck around if it wasn't for that. So another bit of color, I had a student that was in that class with the spring named AJ. He took part in our student spaceflight experiment program, which was possible because of the new facilities and investment, partially possible because of you folks. And we are on our way to the Moonshot Museum for him to present a microgravity simulator built with the robotics and 3D printing that we had at the new center on the north side. And he bent down on one knee for a second, and I thought he was like having a seizure or something. I didn't know. And he just said, oh, I had to thank God, because just 6 months ago, I was on the other side of that glass washing the windows of this place. And now I'm giving a presentation on my invention, right, to potentially, lead to an experiment that's going to go on to the International Space Station. So that's the kind of impact that the funding has on the students, and the faculty are equally excited as well. So our apprenticeship program, right, has doubled in the amount of time that I've been there. There's wait lists for every class that I have. We've doubled our faculty, and it's still not enough because people come into the center and they say, I didn't know you could do this at CCAC. I didn't know you could do this at a community college. And just to give a sense of how this trickles out to the community, it's not just our students that benefit. High schoolers that come in and see what we have, they go back and they tell their instructors, they tell their superintendents, and then we loan out equipment and training. We give away what we teach to the high schools that surround us. They train up their students, right? They come in with advanced standing, and then by the time they leave CCAC, they're taking robotics courses that you'd have to go to CMU to take. So let's keep it going, right? Keep the funding rolling, and say yes to Bullock when he comes in a couple weeks. Thank you.
Next up is Srijana Kanjula.
Good evening. I'm Srijana Kanjula, and I've been teaching full-time at CCAC for 19 years. I live and vote in Wexford, which is in Ms. Piliage's district. I work at the North Campus, which is in Mr. Betkowski's district, I'm sorry. I'm the director of the honors program, which offers an academically rigorous and enriching experience for 500 students who are motivated and intellectually curious, fostering global citizenship through collaboration, critical inquiry, leadership, cultural engagement, and community service. The program offers different opportunities through honors courses, research, field trips, performances, hikes, speaker series, national and regional conferences, and study abroad in India. To support these activities, an adequate honors space was essential. A couple of years ago, I requested funds to build an honors hub at Allegheny campus. Today, I'm here to sincerely thank the County Council for their support. Thanks to the funding, we now have one of the finest honors hubs serving 230 of our honors students. The hub hosts honors classes, orientations, leadership seminars, faculty-student interactions, meetings, fundraising, conference prep sessions. In fact, they're planning to celebrate their Day of the Dead in the hub. And we're also going to have the Diwali India fundraiser this Friday. So it helps students to build leadership, teamwork, project management, communication skills, fostering confidence and personal growth. This year, 10 of our students presented at the Northeast Regional Honors Conference, and 7 of our students presented at the National Conference on Undergraduate Research, performing on par with peers from four-year institutions. With Dr. Bullock's support, the honors program has been offering students the opportunity to study abroad in India. Believe me, 14 students are going, and some of these students have not gone out of Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania. So they travel for academic learning, cultural immersion, and community service. Studying abroad is a life-changing experience that broadens their worldview and deepens their appreciation for opportunities at home in Western Pennsylvania. Many students, however, struggle to afford the trip, and the funding has been inconsistent. Establishing a permanent fund would ensure the continuation of this transformative program. I know you must be tired, but Dr. Bullock is coming. He's scheduled to present his formal budget request in November. I would urge the County Council to approve his request so that CCAC can have funds for worthy causes like India Study Abroad. Thank you for this opportunity.
Next up is Benjamin Chizar.
Good evening. Blessed are those who serve others. Mr. President, I begin tonight by reminding the citizenry to not harass, assault, or murder people they disagree with. Far-left political assassination of our governor, president, and conservative activists is unacceptable. As the only real Democrat left, I forbid it. Political violence is bad for democracy. I worry that a second civil war is becoming unavoidable. Mark my words, progressive, socialist, communists, anarchists, Islamists, anti-Semitic Democrats will lose. I guarantee it. Recently, I noticed my fellow Democrats having a No Kings rally, ironically funded by 6 globalist billionaire entities to the tune of $300 million for a one-day rally. I can't help but think such funds will be better spent on actual progressive policies. Hating Orange Man bad is not an effective political platform, and certainly not progressive. Free public transit, free energy, free health care, a green new economy, creating green union jobs. Now that's progressive. As I've said before, Mr. President, I believe public budget hearings should start earlier. Public notice and participation should be taken seriously. Get public input before decisions need to be made. Force paid actors / employees to disclose their self-interest when speaking on behalf of the nonprofit grift. I mean, what happened to the $5 billion, including matching funds for DHS services and programs last year? What about root causes? You know, the whole reason why the nonprofit grift exists? Nobody knows. I believe it was shameful for elected Democrats to cut public comment before raising taxes 36%. To be clear, the Inamorado tax increase gave Pennsylvania and Ohio to Trump, McCormick, and Moreno. We should address this council's addiction to industrial pollution while proclaiming the opposite to the public. Freedom is a disease that allows speech from leaders that is clearly disconnected from reality as it pertains to the environment. 13, call yourselves Democrats and then support mass pollution. For shame. Our poison does not stay in this area, which is one of the most polluted communities in the nation. Our pollution causes all manner of problems I call the catalog of consequences. How many permits have been approved this year? Nobody knows. Does the public know county staff cannot deny any pollution permits, just like the Commonwealth staff cannot deny any mining permits? This violates the Constitution of this Commonwealth. Article 1, Section 27. What else is subjective in this Constitution? I have put forward idea after idea last year. Please take a vote and a position on something other than stipends and staff use of AI. Last year, I gave you a roadmap to cutting taxes and improving the efficacy of expenditures. This is a world-class community. Our leaders should reflect it. We should promote our cultural amenities, natural beauty, and diverse small business-based neighborhood economies. Build us 10,000 affordable homes. Create a green new economy. It's simple. Be a better steward of the public trust than dime. Thank you kindly. May God bless this county and all who call her home.
Next up is Jacob Poole.
Good evening. Jacob Poole, present name, previous name, Zoltan Zsolt-Jakab. I'm from Eastern Europe, and I have multiple names because of intense record manipulations by American military and paramilitary organizations who gathered children up in the thousands in the mid-'80s and '90s, put us in children's camps and brought us to America with false medical documents, forged records, alone as children. And the Pittsburgh area has it's estimated nearly 100,000 people, Pittsburgh Metro, from Eastern Europe. And a lot of us are brought here by force from camps in Eastern Europe created during the Soviet Union collapse and Yugoslavia wars. We were rounded up like animals, put in camps, held there, drugged, then brought to America, slave traded to America. And that's how we are here in the Pittsburgh Metro. The Pittsburgh area, it's estimated to have immigrant population of nearly 30% if you count immigrants and their children. It's almost 30% of Allegheny County. It's immigrants and their children. It's the national average. And of this 30%, 100,000 is from Eastern Europe, brought here by force like I was. And we're not in this room. I'm the only person in this room from Eastern Europe that's talking about how we're immigrated here. No one here dares to come up and say this is how we were immigrated here. Held captive, nothing works for us. Careering doesn't work for us. Workforce development doesn't work for us because there's just slave sites all over the area we're supposed to work at in quiet, being oppressed in silence. And not in this room. No one here in this room talks about their amazing Eastern European immigration story besides myself. So I urge every resident of Allegheny County to Google Pittsburgh 311 and start taking photos of people holding them captive and filing police reports. Within the city of Pittsburgh limits, the Pittsburgh 311 exists, where you can take a photo of people harassing you, because you can't go to the police station. I live in Edgewood, and the Edgewood police chief told me, don't come to my police station, I'm gonna arrest you. When I tried to report human traffickers targeting me and harassing me and intimidating me on a daily basis, trying to take me to slave trading sites in the area, targeting people from Europe and Eastern Europe. because they have job sites for us. We don't exist in regular society. You exist in slave trading hidden places in Allegheny County. And when I try to go to the Edgewood Police Station, Councilman DeWitt Walton's district, the Edgewood Police Chief said, get out of here. Don't come back, I'm gonna arrest you. So I have to resort to Pittsburgh 311 police report on my phone to take photos of human traffickers and targeting me on a weekly basis. And that's what I have to do. So I urge everybody to do the same thing. Thank you.
Next up is Nicholas Bartel.
So I'm breaking the mic that you did, Mike. All right, well, I'll just use my outside voice. Good evening, my name is Nicholas Bartel, the Clean Air Campaign Manager with Penn Future, an environmental advocacy nonprofit working for a stable climate, clean air, and pure water across Allegheny County and the Commonwealth. With Halloween right around the corner, porches across the county are glowing with carved pumpkins. Now, when we think about how we carve a pumpkin, you scoop it clean and hollow it out. That's what years of underfunding and inflation have done to the health department's air programs. The structure of the pumpkin still stands, but the strength inside has been carved away. This permit fee helps to restore it. Over the past several months, you've heard from residents, experts, and advocates on why this resolution must be passed due to the county's obligation to follow the Clean Air Act, Title 21, and the Environmental Rights Amendment. They all point to one truth: enforcement's not optional. When the laws aren't fully enforced, they become like a jack-o'-lantern a week after Halloween, still standing but rotting from the inside out. Families want to open their windows and breathe clean air without fear, but that fear still exists. The American Lung Association gave us a failing grade again this year for air quality. According to Industrious Labs, pollution from the Clairton Coke Works and Edgar Thomson facilities are linked with 3,800 missed workdays, 6,500 missed school days, and up to $1.4 billion of added healthcare costs every single year. These aren't ghost stories. They're the reality that our neighbors live and breathe. Some might say that a fully funded health department means more staff, more fines, and more burden on business. It might sound scary at face value, but once we take off the mask, the truth is simple. Only companies that broke the law receive fines. One can't be both pro-law and order while also voting to underfund the system that enforces it. Fair play means everyone, families, government, and businesses all play by the same set of rules. A strong, consistent program protects companies that follows the law and gives them the confidence to invest, expand, and hire here. That's how you build a resilient economy where integrity is rewarded, not punished. So as this resolution moves forward through committee and to this chamber, remember what's at stake. A yes vote restores substance where shall now stands. A vote is for fair play, a rule of law, and a healthier Allegheny County. Let's make sure that in Halloweens to come, the only hollow things in our county are the pumpkins on porches and not the department charged with helping to keep our families safe. Thank you.
Next up is Kayla King.
Good evening, Council, and thank you for having me. My name is Kayla King. I am a graduate of Pitt's Law and Criminal Justice program, where I focused on evidence-based practices in both law enforcement and corrections applications. You have heard about the leg shackling petition that is being brought before the Council, and you've heard about the voting power behind it. I want to take a second and just talk about data. The petition to reinstate the practice of leg shackling is not only one to reverse the will of your voters, but it is not supported by any volume of evidence to its efficacy. The support that it receives is based on anecdotal testimony and the fear of corrections and law enforcement officers. In fact, the real liabilities associated with leg shackling should steer us away from the practice. Studies published and reviewed in the American Public Health Association Journal shows that leg shackling increases the risk of abrasions, lacerations, and nerve damage. This infection risk is not only serious, it also leaves the county vulnerable to suits for damages. Shackling increases the risk of injury during transport and impedes proper care in medical episodes where time may be of the essence. Leg shackling voids the autonomy of healthcare practitioners in making decisions for their patients, as they are now also subordinate to the law enforcement or corrections officer who holds the key. Delaying care with another key, again, opens the door to unsavory outcomes, litigation, and financial losses that this county cannot afford. To administer true justice for the victims of crimes, we must ensure just and dignified treatment of all those accused. The potential for error, liability, and abuse of leg shackling far exceeds paltry anecdotes that do not support the practice. For these reasons, I ask that the council vote no on the petition to reinstate the practice of leg shackling during medical transports. Thank you for your time.
Next up is Irie Tilley.
Good evening. My name is Irie Tilley. Some of you might know me from Court Watch. I'm here to advocate for those who cannot advocate for themselves today, which is everyone currently incarcerated at the Allegheny County Jail. I'm asking County Council to vote no on reinstating leg shackles during medical transport from the ACJ. It's actually baffling that we're even debating whether it's acceptable to shackle people, especially those receiving medical care who are already so vulnerable. In 2021, we saw a landslide victory of over 70% of voters approving to pass a referendum limiting solitary confinement and restricting the use of leg shackles at the ACJ. The public has already made it clear that we don't support this kind of cruelty inside the jail. Right now, about 80% of the people at the jail are held pre-trial or there for probation violations. They are not convicted. Even those who are convicted are often awaiting transfer or there for misdemeanors. Yet, we continue to treat people as if they're undeserving of their dignity and that there's an assumption of guilt just because they are incarcerated. Please remember, when you make your vote, that there are parents, siblings, friends, and neighbors for thousands of people in Allegheny County. If jail staff require extreme restraints to move someone receiving medical care, that doesn't show a need for more shackles. It shows a failure in training and leadership, and it also shows an extreme level of incompetence. Every time I go to court, I see people's loved ones shackled from their legs to their hands, shuffled into nearly empty courtrooms. Often, I witness the pain and dehumanization of seeing someone you love in that state. Just last month, I saw multiple cops struggle to pick someone up as they fell face first while wearing said shackles. Once again, I urge you to vote no. You all represent the public's interests, and in 2021, the public told you clearly what we believe is right. Thank you.
Next up is Janice Palmer.
Hello, my name is Janice Palmer. I am a former inmate and a former employee of Allegheny County. I'm gonna briefly talk about leg shackling. I experienced it. I did receive some bruises, but it also induced panic attacks, the fear of being restrained and held down. Like even today, like to this day, whenever I went to go get my MRI, I had a phobia of being restrained and restricted in the machine. So it's causing a lot of anxiety, and I vote no. And that's all. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you.
Next up is Hiba Siddiqui.
Hi, my name is Hiba Siddiqui. I am a direct services advocate at a domestic violence shelter, and I'm here to urge the County Council to vote no on the petition to reinstate leg shackles for hospital runs. The solitary confinement referendum was overwhelmingly voted in by the will of the public. Referendum items like these are cornerstones of our democratic process, as they are some of the few times the public is able to directly vote on policy. To reinstate leg shackles would overturn the determination made by, again, the overwhelming majority of voters that leg shackles are profoundly dehumanizing and pose a safety risk to incarcerated folks, such as injury and mishandling from undertrained COs. Additionally, it cracks the door open for COs to usher in further changes to the referendum, a referendum that protects human beings from being tortured. This petition sets a dangerous precedent, so I urge council members to vote no or hear about it this November. Thank you.
We did have one individual who signed up on time but inadvertently clicked the wrong date in the drop-down list. That's Sharon Bonavoglia.
I did that. I did that. Thank you for your help. We're always better together.
My name is Sharon Bonavolia. I live in District 2. And I have to say, I didn't know that CCAC people would be here, but I went to CCAC in the 80s. I love CCAC, and I am very proud to be a tax-paying member of a county that supports it, and I would very much want you to do what they need because it's a great place. I am here today to speak on behalf of the Pittsburgh Interfaith Impact Network. We at PIN strongly oppose the reintroduction of shackles in the hands of county jail correctional officers. We wholeheartedly support the referendum that bans them and see no need to revisit the issue. The jail's own data shows no increase in escape attempts since the ban went into place. The difference is in the safety for jail residents while being transported. No one in a medical emergency situation, nor going to see a doctor due to serious medical issues, needs the added risk of a fall or the stress of the shackles in their medically compromised state. I would also like to remind you that the vast majority of the residents of the jail have not been convicted of a crime and are victims of an ineffective justice system. And guilty of a crime or not, all of the people residing in the Allegheny County Jail are our neighbors. As long as the courts keep them locked up, their care is our responsibility. Over 43,000 county residents signed a petition to force the referendum that passed with almost 80% of the votes. A few hundred people should not be able to overturn the clear will of the citizens of the county. We are pleased to know that County Executive Innamorato will veto this should it come to her desk. We are encouraging you all to be good neighbors and reject it as well. Thank you.
We did have one other individual who inadvertently signed up untimely. That's Janine Rowland.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm here tonight because child welfare can't wait another week. My name is Janine Rowland, and I'm from Mount Washington, and I am here as both a witness and a warning, and I have been called to testify. I have history with this system, 1995, and I have a message for you. What I'm about to tell you is not a parenting problem, it's a policy failure, and I have not come to condemn this system, but to remind it that judgment starts in its own house. Because reality outside these chambers is terrifying. America's children are twerking in the streets for attention. They're selling drugs, they're soliciting sex, they're being approached for sex by grown men. They're running away. Listen to me. They are more strung out than the adults beside them. When I said that online, someone scoffed. Aren't there more important issues than kids twerking? But that's not the issue. The dancing isn't harmless. It's a cry for help, it's survival. And once I explained that, the dismissal ended. This is not hypothetical, this is happening here in Allegheny County, and I have seen the same in rural Virginia, two completely different worlds, same failures. We're not alone, ladies and gentlemen. We have a systemic problem, and if that does not shake you to your core, I do not know what will. Maybe you think the children are twerking in the streets sounds ridiculous. I use that word because it's the closest thing I can say in public. These aren't misbehaviors, they are trauma responses, so laugh if you want. But sit with the fact that our children are screaming for our help and adults around them aren't hearing it, and if we move on, we've proven their point. No one is taking them seriously. When you fail the child, you doom the future. If the truth feels harsh, That's not my tone, that's your conscience vibrating. Pennsylvania's courts have already spoken. Under the Uniform Child Custody Jurisdiction and Enforcement Act, the law was meant to prevent disputes across states, but in practice, courts argue over geography instead of protection. TB versus LRM standing exists beyond biology. When a child's welfare is at stake, Charles versus Stellick jurisdiction must bend to the child's best interest in regards to the adoption of SAJ. Permanence and safety outweigh parental rights when a child is at risk, and yet, when I filed to protect a child in danger, I was told my claim was invalid by a Pennsylvania courtroom because I wasn't blood. Even though the relationship is by marriage, even though the Commonwealth of Virginia let me file when the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania would not, even though the child was here in Pittsburgh on Mount Washington. The cost of that failure, I'm gonna need another 3 minutes to explain it to you. So I come here because this is your constituency. I vote as part of that constituency, and I leave you with this question. One that every judge, every caseworker, every policymaker should have to answer. Does the safety and wholeness of a child depend on which courthouse picks up the call of crisis? A crisis does not ask for a birth certificate. And we are out of time. Thank you.
Is there a motion to adjourn? So moved. Second. Motion is made, second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.